Hi everyone, and welcome back to the SolarButterfly World Climate Pioneer Tour. I'm here with Jeroen from Sea Shepherd. Very nice to see you this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So Sea Shepherd, what do you do? What are you trying to do?
Well, we're into ocean conservation. We've been around for a long time, since 1977. Paul Watson started Sea Shepherd after leaving Greenpeace, and was very much into anti-whaling, anti-sealing, but over time we changed more into like an ocean conservation group. Mm-hmm. And right now we're working together with governments to tackle illegal fishing. That's the main thing that we do.
Okay, illegal fishing. So can you describe a little bit more? Illegal to who, or is it against international treaties, or what is illegal fishing?
Well, what it means, just to give you an example, along the African coastline, we are very much active working with governments that find it hard to patrol their waters. In the waters, there are fishing fleets that are exceeding quota, or fishing illegal species, or in illegal grounds. And what we're hoping to achieve is to protect key spots of biodiversity by doing these patrols and making sure that everybody abides the law. And so we have government personnel on board. We enter the ships, check their logs, check what the hulls, and see what they're about. So it's really direct action.
Wow, so you have your own crews, your own ships that have government employees with the governments you're working with to help police or patrol illegal fishing,
exactly.
Essentially. Okay.
That's what
off the coast of Africa as one example. Any other regions of the world?
Well, yes, we've started in the Mediterranean, so there's going to be more campaigns off the coast of Italy, Greece. We're also looking at Latin America, but right now our focus is Europe and Africa.
Okay. What is the state of the world's seas? You know, sometimes it's very helpful to get a quick idea of where are we right now with the world's seas and the fish population and things like that.
Well, obviously they're dropping. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's looking grim. You know, in the Mediterranean, I mean, fish stocks has plummeted as low as 10%, and so we're taking out all of the fishing gear, and we're trying to protect these key spots. So you know, the fish stocks have a chance to actually repopulate, and we see that it works in the areas where we have patrolled. Things are coming back to life, but it's a slow process, and the ocean needs the opportunity to regenerate. And they're not getting it right now because there's just too much fishing.
Mm-hmm. And how do you support yourselves, or how are you supported?
We are supported by the movement, the Sea Shepherd movement. That's like people like you and I.
Donors, yeah.
Donors, some companies. But that's pretty much it.
Wow.
So we don't get any government. Yeah, we don't get any government support. Also, the governments that we work with, they supply some personnel for, you know, to help us on board, but that's it. You know, so I think that is very important to say.
Deplenishing fish stock or sea life, how does that link? What's the link to climate change for you?
Well, I think we need a healthy ocean to sequester, you know, all that carbon out there. You know, and if we take away the species, then the ocean simply won't be able to do so. So I think that's where you know, the topic of climate change comes up, and we try and focus just on that main topic because there are so many other groups, you know, that are looking at that are also tackling climate change. But we know that one of the benefits of our campaigns will ultimately be that it will also help improve climate change.
Okay, by sequestering, of course, more carbon into the bodies of the fish and of the wildlife.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other? How can we, as SolarButterfly, help your work?
Well, I think that for us it's very important that that people have a better understanding as to what is the state of the ocean and what Sea Shepherd does, you know, to help, you know, make it better and healthier. But I think what is also good to know for your audience, as for anybody, is that they also, you know, have a very important say in how we deal with the future and how they can act themselves, you know, to help improve the situation. I think that documentaries like Seaspiracy show very clearly as to what is needed right now. And you often hear people say, you know what? Yeah, I saw that Seaspiracy, and now I don't want to eat fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, put your money where your mouth is, right? Just do it. Because and we as Seashipper are not saying everybody should be vegan. We're not saying that.
Right.
But again, if we want to give the ocean the opportunity to regenerate, there needs to be less consumption of fish. And we, as an organization, saying that there is no such thing as sustainable fishing
at this point.
At this point, it
Right.
does not exist.
Right.
It does not exist.
That's incredible, and that's one of the interesting takeaways. I would encourage anybody who hasn't seen it yet, and I was also encouraged by you before, as we first talked and before we had a chance to meet, to watch Seaspiracy. Available on Netflix, I believe, and some other places. So for any of you who haven't had a chance to watch that, I highly encourage that. Very, very eye-opening. It goes into much more detail and has a lot more images that really stick with you and make a difference. So I for sure am very aware now and changed my fish consumption dramatically. But it's up to everybody, and have a look and see how it is. But it's about informing. Now we're about also, you know, believe that climate change should not mean that we have to forego things. So what do you say to people who love fish, but then they can see that it has such a terrible impact right now on the fishing populations? Where do they move? Do they move to different types of protein? Do they have to just wait until it becomes sustainable again? And
well, I mean,
what's the advice there?
Well, I mean, I think it's fair to say that this is going to be a sacrifice for everybody. But I mean, and it doesn't only apply to eating, you know, fish or eating meat or whatever. It's about considering, you know, what our future needs to be like, you know, and that there's limits to how much we can consume, you know, whatever that may be, you know. So I'm responsible for partnerships with the Sea Shepherd. We do a lot of apparel. You guys met the guys, you know, from Mud Jeans, you know, and it's creating sustainable business models to ensure that we have a future, you know. So be conscious about what you buy. You know, wear it as long as possible, then give it to somebody else, or have it repaired, or make sure that it goes back into the loop, back into the cycle, so it can be repurposed again. Again, with everything that we do, there's a limit to how much we can consume, because in the end of the day, it's going to affect both people that are making that stuff and the environment, you know, that is at the moment suffering because of how and how much we consume.
And perhaps as a sacrifice for future generations, right? So if we as a generation now are say, okay, we're going to absolutely minimize or not eat fish at all, then it allows the fish stocks a chance to recover, and then our children or grandchildren will have a chance to eat sustainable fish again.
Exactly. You know, I mean, the world will keep spinning. I mean, they will go ahead without us, you know, easy. I mean, they don't need us. But like you say, for future generations, it would be nice, you know, that things will turn around.
Yeah. Jeroen, thank you so much for your time today. I know there's so much more to talk about, and we hope that you will check out everything in the links that you see below, and of course check out the movie Seaspiracy if you haven't seen it yet. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for welcoming us here to Laren in the Netherlands. Very exciting for us to be on our world tour and to meet you in person.
Good luck with the tour.
Thank you.